Next idiom is the product turned out to be vaporware. This describes a product, often software, announced with hype but never released or severely delayed. It exists only as an idea, like vapor. The term originated in the 1980s American computer industry. Let's see vaporware in action. First, after years of hype, the game proved to be classic vaporware, never seeing the light of day. A promoted game failed. Second, many startups promise revolutionary technology, but investors grow wary when announcements turn into vaporware. Unfulfilled promises erode trust.
For similar concepts, a phantom product implies something non-existent, possibly deceptive. An unfulfilled promise is broader. Vaporware is specific, intentional marketing hype for a product that never delivers, especially in tech. It conveys market frustration. In summary, vaporware describes a product, usually software, announced with fanfare but never appearing or being severely delayed. Originating in the 1980s tech world, it captures frustration. Remember this when product announcements seem too good to be true and get pushed back. Useful for discussing unmet expectations. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Next idiom is the company achieved vertical integration to reduce costs. This describes a business strategy where a company directly controls various stages of its supply chain, from raw materials to distribution. The goal: boost efficiency, ensure quality, and lower costs. This concept emerged in late 19th century business. Let's see vertical integration in examples. Tech giant achieved vertical integration by acquiring its chip manufacturer shows controlling key inputs. Our new model focuses on vertical integration. Bringing design, manufacturing, and sales in-house illustrates consolidating stages for better control, efficiency.
Similar concepts: supply chain consolidation and insourcing. Consolidation broadly streamlines processes. Insourcing brings outsourced tasks in-house. Vertical integration is specific, controlling consecutive production stages for comprehensive benefits, distinct from mere combining or a single function. In summary, vertical integration is a business strategy controlling successive production and distribution stages. Originating late 19th century, it reduces costs, improves efficiency, and ensures quality. This understanding aids strategic management. Practice this crucial business term. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Next idiom is in a startup. You often wear many hats. This means taking on numerous roles and responsibilities common in dynamic environments. It comes from different hats symbolizing professions. The idiom highlights versatility, crucial when resources are limited. Let's apply this. As the sole marketing person, she handles social media, copywriting, and event planning. She really wears many hats. This describes someone with diverse tasks. In our small team, everyone wears many hats to ensure tasks are completed. Illustrates shared responsibilities in lean organizations. Both show individuals managing multiple functions.
Similar expressions include jack of all trades, for someone with diverse skills, sometimes implying less specialization. To juggle many tasks highlights actively managing many duties. Wearing many hats focuses on the roles. Juggle emphasizes the action of managing them. Use each for its distinct nuance. To summarize, in a startup, you often wear many hats means handling multiple roles and responsibilities. Rooted in hats symbolizing different jobs, this idiom celebrates adaptability, crucial in dynamic environments. It's a positive way to describe diverse skills. Embrace your inner multitasker and wear those hats proudly. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Next idiom is this job offers the best of both worlds, pay and flexibility. This phrase describes a situation where you get the advantages of two different, often contrasting options at the same time. Imagine having both excellent pay and great flexibility. That's truly ideal. The concept likely stems from ancient philosophical or religious ideas of finding perfection by combining the best aspects of distinct realms, like the spiritual and the material, or two separate advantageous circumstances. It highlights a truly fortunate and desirable outcome where compromise is unnecessary. Let's look at how we can use this wonderful idiom. Our first example is, working remotely allows me the best of both worlds. I can be with my family and still advance my career. Here, the speaker enjoys both personal time with family and professional growth, which are often seen as competing priorities. They've found a way to combine the benefits of both. Our second example further illustrates this. Her new apartment offers the best of both worlds, quiet neighborhood and easy access to the city center. This sentence beautifully captures the idea of having a peaceful living environment while also benefiting from urban convenience. In both cases, the idiom emphasizes a fortunate situation where disparate advantages are simultaneously achieved, leading to an optimal outcome without trade-offs. It's about maximizing positive aspects from different spheres.
While the best of both worlds implies an ideal combination, let's explore some similar expressions. Win-win situation refers to an outcome where all parties benefit, often in negotiation, focusing on mutual advantage. Having it all describes someone who seems to possess success in many aspects of life: career, family, and personal fulfillment. Best of both worlds specifically highlights blending two distinct, often contrasting, desirable aspects. Having it all is broader, implying a more comprehensive state of ultimate contentment and achievement across multiple life domains. To recap, the best of both worlds describes a fortunate situation where you successfully combine the advantages of two separate and often opposing choices. Think of it as getting the benefits of a bustling city and a peaceful countryside all at once. Its origin suggests an ancient desire to unify ideal conditions. We saw how it applies to work-life balance and living situations. So, next time you encounter a situation where you don't have to choose between two good things, remember this idiom: you're enjoying the best of both worlds. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Next idiom is we have some wiggle room in the budget. This phrase means there is some flexibility or allowance for minor adjustments within a plan, particularly regarding financial limits. It metaphorically extends the idea of physical space needed to wiggle slightly, signifying leeway in a plan. Let's see this in action. First, the project timeline is tight, but we still have a little wiggle room for unexpected delays. Here, it means having a buffer. Second, negotiate for a better price. I think the seller has some wiggle room on the final offer. This indicates a margin for negotiation. Both show how the idiom highlights flexibility, whether in time or money.
Similar ideas can be expressed with flexibility or leeway. Flexibility is a more general term for adaptability. Leeway implies a margin of error or freedom, often in limits. While wiggle room suggests a small, practical adjustment, leeway can imply a slightly larger allowance, but both convey needed freedom. In summary, we have some wiggle room in the budget means there's flexibility or adjustment possible in plans, especially financially. It visually implies having just enough space to adapt. Remember, this idiom is useful when highlighting a positive capacity for change or negotiation. Use it to convey that not everything is rigid. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Next idiom is they earned a windfall profit from the stock surge. A windfall profit describes a significant financial gain that is unexpected, often unearned, and usually results from a fortunate event rather than from diligent work or skill. The term windfall itself originates from the 16th century, referring to fruit or timber literally blown down by the wind. These items, collected for free, were a lucky and unexpected bonus, perfectly capturing the essence of a sudden, undeserved profit. Let's look at how to use windfall profit in different situations. In our first example, the new tax policies created a substantial windfall profit for many large corporations. We see that a policy change, not direct business effort, led to unexpected financial gains. This highlights how external factors can create such profits. For our second example, thanks to the unexpected surge in tourism, local businesses enjoyed a windfall profit during the summer. The increased number of visitors, an external event, directly boosted earnings for local establishments. Both examples clearly illustrate that a windfall profit is an advantageous gain that wasn't primarily earned through conventional means, but rather arose from fortunate circumstances.
For similar expressions, consider bonanza or jackpot. A bonanza describes a situation bringing a sudden increase in wealth or good fortune, often from a specific source, much like striking gold. For example, the new export deal was a bonanza. A jackpot, while typically a lottery prize, also signifies any great sudden success or large profit. For instance, the startup hit the jackpot with its new software. Both these terms, similar to windfall profit, convey the notion of a substantial and often unexpected financial gain. To recap, windfall profit denotes an unexpected substantial financial gain, often unearned, that comes from a fortunate external event. Its historical roots, referring to fruit or timber freely provided by nature, help us remember its meaning. Next time you hear about a company benefiting immensely from market shifts or a sudden boom, you'll know exactly how to describe it. This idiom is incredibly useful for discussing economic news, market trends, or even personal financial luck. Keep practicing, and you'll master its use in no time. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Next idiom is we found a workaround for the software bug. This means we discovered a temporary solution to a problem, bypassing the main difficulty without necessarily fixing it permanently. The term workaround first gained prominence in computing and engineering contexts in the mid-20th century. It originated from literally working around a physical obstacle, and then extended to finding temporary fixes for complex technical issues in software development. It highlights ingenious problem solving. Let's look at how this idiom is used. For example 1, the printer was jammed, but I found a workaround by using a different network port. The speaker found an alternative method to print. For example 2, our team found a workaround for the system crash until the developers release a permanent patch. This highlights a temporary fix allowing operations to continue. Both show finding a clever temporary solution to keep things moving.
Now let's test your understanding. Among these 4 options, temporary fix, root cause analysis, stopgap measure, and permanent solution, which 2 expressions are similar to finding a workaround? The similar expressions are temporary fix and stopgap measure. A workaround offers temporary relief. Root cause analysis and permanent solution are dissimilar. They aim for definitive problem resolution, not temporary bypasses. To recap, we found a workaround for the software bug describes discovering a temporary solution that bypasses a problem without fully fixing it. Its origins in physical working around obstacles highlight its practical nature. A workaround is a clever, short-term fix to keep things operational, but not a permanent solution. This idiom is incredibly useful in daily conversations and professional settings, especially when facing unexpected challenges. Keep practicing its use to integrate it into your English fluency. I'll see you next time with another great expression. If you have any idioms you'd like to study, please leave them in the comments.
Next idiom is negotiation isn't always a zero-sum game. This means that unlike a contest where one's gain is another's loss, negotiations often lead to outcomes benefiting everyone. The zero-sum game concept from 20th century economics highlights scenarios where gains and losses balance. This idiom promotes collaborative solutions. We see this idiom in various contexts. Consider a salary negotiation where both parties seek mutual benefit, not just one side winning. In international relations, countries aim for agreements advantageous for all involved. This highlights how shared positive outcomes are achievable, moving beyond pure competition.
Let's test your understanding. Which 2 phrases among these 4 best reflect negotiation isn't always a zero-sum game? We have win-win situation, mutual gain, dog-eat-dog world, and winner takes all. Think about which mean cooperation and shared success are possible. The correct answers are win-win situation and mutual gain. These align with the idiom's meaning, emphasizing shared benefits and cooperative outcomes. They contrast dog-eat-dog world and winner takes all, which describe purely competitive scenarios. The idiom encourages seeking solutions for common good. In summary, negotiation isn't always a zero-sum game, reminds us that not all discussions are about one winner and one loser. Originating from economic theory, this phrase encourages a mindset where mutual benefits and collaborative solutions are actively sought. It's a powerful concept for fostering cooperation in business, diplomacy, and even personal relationships. Embrace this idiom to approach challenges with a spirit of shared success and positive outcomes. I'll see you next time with another great expression. If you have any idioms you'd like to study, please leave them in the comments.
Next idiom is too much data caused analysis paralysis. This idiom perfectly describes a common modern predicament, when you have so much information that instead of helping, it actually hinders your ability to make a decision. The term analysis paralysis became popular in management science in the late 20th century, especially with the rise of computing and information overload. It highlights how an excess of data can lead to overthinking, preventing any action from being taken. Let's look at how too much data caused analysis paralysis is used. In our first example, the project team had so many market research reports that too much data caused analysis paralysis, and they couldn't pick a direction. Here, the abundance of reports meant the team got bogged down in details, unable to move forward with a clear strategy. Our second example illustrates a more personal scenario. When trying to choose a new phone, looking at all the specs and reviews from every model caused analysis paralysis. I just wanted to give up. This shows how even everyday decisions can become overwhelming when bombarded with endless choices and information, leading to inaction.
Now let's test your understanding. Below are 4 expressions. Can you identify which 2 are similar in meaning to too much data caused analysis paralysis? We have information overload, overthinking, jumping to conclusions, and shooting from the hip. Think about what each phrase implies. Which ones describe a situation where excessive information or thought prevents action rather than leading to hasty decisions? Take a moment to consider the nuances before we reveal the answer. The two expressions, similar to too much data, caused analysis paralysis, are information overload and overthinking. Information overload directly implies having too much data, which aligns perfectly. Overthinking captures the analysis paralysis aspect, where excessive contemplation leads to inaction. In contrast, jumping to conclusions and shooting from the hip describe making quick, often ill-considered decisions without enough analysis, which is the opposite of analysis paralysis. Our idiom emphasizes the problem of being stuck due to an excess of input. To sum up, too much data caused analysis paralysis is a vivid way to say that an abundance of information can actually prevent effective decision-making or action. Originating from business and management contexts, it highlights the pitfalls of excessive analysis. Remember this idiom when you find yourself or others struggling to move forward because of an overwhelming amount of details. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes less information or a clear focus can lead to better outcomes. I'll see you next time with another great expression. If you have any idioms you'd like to study, please leave them in the comments.
Next idiom is, I don't have the bandwidth to take on another project. It means you lack the capacity for more tasks. From late 20th century telecommunications data capacity, it became a popular metaphor in corporate culture for an individual's available mental or time. This idiom is a straightforward way to express being at your limit. Let's see it in action. First, I don't have the bandwidth to take on another project right now. This politely declines new work due to current limits. Second, after 2 major campaigns, the manager felt she didn't have the bandwidth for more responsibilities. Both highlight acknowledging finite personal capacity, time, energy, mental space, and communicating it professionally.
Quiz time. Which two phrases are most similar to I don't have the bandwidth? Options: I'm stretched thin, my plate is full, I'm procrastinating, I'm taking a break. Choose which convey a lack of capacity for new tasks due to existing commitments. The similar phrases are I am stretched thin and my plate is full. Both mean you're fully committed, unable to accept more. I am procrastinating means delaying, and I am taking a break means resting. These are distinct. Use no bandwidth when genuinely overwhelmed by tasks. To summarize, I don't have the bandwidth to take on another project means you lack the capacity for additional tasks, originating from telecommunications. Remember its usage for politely declining extra work when your time, energy, or mental resources are already fully allocated. It's a clear, modern way to set boundaries and manage your workload effectively. Keep practicing and using these idioms. I'll see you next time with another great expression. If you have any idioms you'd like to study, please leave them in the comments.